Yo, what is up everybody, it's Eniola and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of iPads. From their humble beginnings to the powerhouse tablets they are today, we're gonna check out how far they've come. We're about to break down every single iPad model ever released, exploring the design changes, the spec bumps, and the overall impact each generation has had on the tablet market. Alright, let's kick things off right back at the beginning. Picture this, 2010, the year Apple decided to rock the tech world, yet again. The original iPad was born and it was a big deal. A tablet? What even was that? Well, Apple's vision was clear, a device that seamlessly bridged the gap between a smartphone and a laptop. The first iPad came rocking a 9.7-inch display which back then felt absolutely massive. And the software? It was classic iOS, but blown up to take advantage of all that screen real estate. It wasn't perfect though. For one, it was a bit on the chunky side, especially compared to the sleek iPhones we were starting to get used to. Plus, no cameras in 2010. Yeah, Apple definitely took some creative liberties with that decision. But even with its quirks, the OG iPad was a hit. It sold like crazy and proved that there was a real demand for tablets. People loved the portability, the intuitive software, and the fact that it was just plain fun to use. The App Store also played a huge role in the original iPad's success. The first iPad might not have been perfect, but it was groundbreaking. It set the stage for everything that came after. So, the original iPad was a hit, but Apple's not one to rest on their laurels. In 2011, they came back swinging with the iPad 2. And let me tell you, this was a serious upgrade. First off, they shaved off some serious weight, making it noticeably thinner and lighter than its predecessor. Remember how the first iPad was missing a camera? Well, Apple more than made up for it with the iPad 2. They slapped not one but two cameras on this thing, a front-facing camera for all those FaceTime calls everyone was starting to make, and a rear-facing camera for, actual photos and videos. Under the hood, the iPad 2 got a serious power boost with Apple's A5 chip, making everything feel faster and smoother. The iPad 2 was a refinement of an already winning formula. It took everything that was great about the original iPad and made it even better. It solidified Apple's dominance in the tablet market, and it showed that they were serious about making the iPad a truly mainstream device. 2012 was a big year for displays, and the iPad was about to get a major upgrade in that department. Enter the iPad 3, the first iPad to rock Apple's stunning Retina display. And let me tell you, this was a game changer. The iPad 3's display packed in 4 times the pixels of its predecessor, making text look razor sharp and images incredibly detailed. It was like looking through a window, everything was so crisp and clear. They also upgraded the processor to the A5X, which had even more graphical horsepower to drive all those extra pixels. The result? A tablet that was perfect for everything from watching movies and playing games to editing photos and browsing the web. The iPad 3 showed that Apple wasn't afraid to push the boundaries of what a tablet could be. It set a new standard for tablet screens, and it wasn't long before everyone else was playing catch-up. Chapter 4, 2012. iPad 4, a speedy surprise. Okay, so this one was a bit of a curveball. Just 7 months after the iPad 3, Apple dropped the iPad 4. Yeah, you heard that right, 7 months. Now, it wasn't a complete redesign or anything, but it did bring some noteworthy upgrades. The biggest change? The processor. Apple swapped out the A5X for the brand spanking new A6X chip, which was significantly faster and more efficient. I mean, we're talking twice the CPU performance and twice the graphics performance compared to the A5X. The iPad 4 also ditched the old 30-pin connector in favor of the new Lightning connector. This meant faster charging, faster data transfer, and a whole lot less fumbling around trying to plug it in the right way. The iPad 4 might have been a bit of a surprise, but it showed that Apple was committed to keeping the iPad line fresh and up to date. Chapter 5, 2013. iPad Air thin, light, powerful, Air. Alright, time to talk about a real fan favorite, the iPad Air. Released in 2013, this was the iPad that really embraced the thin and light philosophy. Seriously, this thing was incredibly thin and light for its time. It was 20% thinner and 28% lighter than the iPad 4, and you could really feel the difference when you held it in your hand. The iPad Air also packed in Apple's powerful A7 chip, the same one that was found in the iPhone 5S at the time. The iPad Air was a huge step forward for the iPad lineup. It combined a stunning design with powerful internals and incredible battery life, making it the best iPad yet. Chapter 6, 2012 iPad Mini Pocket Powerhouse. Alright, so far we've been talking about full-sized iPads, but in 2012 Apple decided to shake things up with the iPad Mini. This was something different, something smaller, something, dare I say, mini? The iPad mini was all about portability. It had a 7.9-inch display, which was significantly smaller than the 9.7-inch display of the full-sized iPad, making it incredibly easy to hold in one hand and toss in a bag. But don't let the size fool you. This little guy was no slouch in the performance department. The iPad mini was a hit, especially among people who found the full-size iPad to be a bit too big and bulky. It showed that there was a market for smaller, more portable tablets, and it paved the way for a whole new category of iPad. Chapter 7, 2015, iPad Pro. A new era of productivity. Hold up, things are about to get serious. In 2015, Apple unveiled the iPad Pro, a tablet that was designed for professionals, creatives, and anyone who wanted to push the boundaries of what an iPad could do. The first iPad Pro came with a massive 12.9-inch display, the largest display ever seen on an iPad. This thing was a beast, and it was clear that Apple was serious about making the iPad a true laptop replacement. The iPad Pro also introduced us to the Apple Pencil, a pressure-sensitive stylus that transformed the iPad into a powerful tool for artists, designers, and note-takers. And then there was the Smart Keyboard, a detachable keyboard that connected to the iPad Pro via the Smart Connector. This thing was a game-changer for productivity, making it easier than ever to type long emails, write documents, and get real work done on an iPad. The iPad Pro was a huge leap forward for the iPad lineup. It was the beginning of a new era for the iPad, and it set the stage for all the incredible iPad Pros that would follow. Chapter 8, 2017, iPad 5th Generation. Back to basics, but still great. In 2017, Apple decided to go back to basics with the 5th generation iPad. This iPad was all about providing a great tablet experience at a more affordable price. It featured a bright and vibrant 9.7-inch Retina display, a powerful A9 chip, and all the classic iPad features we know and love. Plus, it was compatible with the Apple Pencil, which was a big deal for an entry-level iPad. The 5th generation iPad was a solid, all-around tablet that was perfect for students, casual users, and anyone who wanted a reliable and affordable device. Chapter 9, 2018, iPad, 6th generation. Education is key. 2018 saw the release of the 6th generation iPad, and this one had a special focus: education. Apple wanted to make the iPad even more accessible to students and educators, and this iPad was a big step in that direction. It featured a powerful A10 Fusion chip, which was a significant upgrade from the previous generation, making it even better for multitasking, running educational apps, and handling augmented reality experiences. The 6th generation iPad was also compatible with the Apple Pencil, making it even easier for students to take notes, mark up documents, and express their creativity. It was clear that Apple was serious about making the iPad an essential tool for education, and this iPad was a testament to that commitment. Chapter 10, 2019, iPad, 7th generation, bigger, better, more connected. Alright, let's fast forward to 2019 and check out the 7th generation iPad. This iPad took everything that was great about the previous generation and made it even better. For starters, Apple bumped up the display size from 9.7 inches to 10.2 inches, giving us even more screen real estate to work with. Under the hood, the 7th generation iPad was powered by the A10 Fusion chip, which was still plenty capable in 2019, but the biggest addition to the 7th generation iPad was the Smart Connector. This meant that you could finally use Apple's Smart Keyboard with this iPad, making it even easier to type long emails, write documents, and get real work done. The 7th generation iPad was a solid upgrade, offering a larger display, continued support for the Apple Pencil, and the addition of the Smart Connector. What a journey! So there you have it, every single iPad ever made. From the original iPad that revolutionized the tablet market to the latest and greatest iPad Pros that are challenging what a tablet can be, it's been an incredible journey. It's amazing to see how far iPads have come in just over a decade. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite iPad of all time? Let me know in the comments down below. And hey, while you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome tech content. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.